Welcome, everybody. My name is István Nagy. I'm a project manager at Miskolz Holding, municipal asset management company in Miskolz, Hungary. And our organization embraces 12 member companies, mainly public service providers. And one of them is Miviz, the local water supply company, whose office building was our pilot within Probis project. I would like to give you a brief overview on what our pilot project was about. Here on the right, you can see a photo of the building. The area is around 3,000 square meters, and more than 120 workers, office workers, work here on a daily basis. It's a more than 40-year-old building, and it's really energy wasting. The total energy consumption is pretty high. Here are some other photos of the building in its current conditions, quite deteriorated in its conditions, and as you can see here on the right, the total energy consumption is around 280 kilowatt hours per square meter per year, and currently the ratio of renewable energy sources in the total energy supply is around 10%, which is coming from geothermal. More than 50,000 euros are spent on the fees yearly. And the most important expectation of us in this innovation procurement was to end up with a very energy efficient building, the energy supply of which is provided through the use of renewables to the highest extent possible. Currently, the classification of this building is F in terms of energy level, and our objective was to end up with a building which is classified as AA. Some of the important expectations, well, one of them is to decrease the energy loss by at least 60% in heating energy, and to increase the ratio of renewables to at least 25%. We limited the duration of the construction works in 6 months, and of course, in line with the philosophy of Probis project, it was important to demonstrate the use of such technologies, technical solutions that are classified either as TRL 7 or TRL 8 in terms of technology readiness level. For awareness raising purposes, one specific requirement was to install an LED display on which everybody can follow the figures of savings and also the production of renewable energy sources on a real-time basis and on an aggregated manner. In the framework of Probis, we organized a market event, which is something really unusual in our regular practice. But it proved to be very valuable for us and helped to fine-tune our expectations and conditions that were finally set in the tender. 8 companies participated in this market event, and we got a lot of help from them thanks to their feedback. what we realized is that some kind of innovation is needed anyway in order to achieve a AA classification from FF, where we also set a maximum threshold for the price and wanted the bidders to go for high amount of renewables and a large decrease, a tremendous decrease in energy loss. One interesting thing that turned out is that we wanted the workers to stay in the office, and we said that maximum 8 offices can be renovated at the same time, but it turned out that it's not really feasible according to the participant of the market event. And luckily, as time went by, we saw the opportunity to let those workers work in another building for the 6 months maximum. So the whole building will be a construction area. What we did in this case is that we maximized the can I go back by 2 minutes or maybe 1 minute because I stopped it? Welcome, everybody. My name is István Nagy. I'm a project manager at Miskolz Holding PLC, a local asset management company in the city of Miskolz, Hungary. Holding embraces 12 member companies, mainly public service providers. One of them is called Miviz, responsible for providing drinking water, and its main office building served as our pilot location within Probis. Now I would like to briefly sum up what our pilot project was about within Probis. On the right, you can see a photo of the building. It is the total area is around 3,000 square meters, and more than 120 office workers work here on a daily basis. It's a 40-year-old building and very much deteriorated in its conditions. It consumes a tremendous amount of energy per square meter, meaning more than 280 kilowatt hours per square meter a year. And the ratio of renewables in the energy supply is around 10% thanks to geothermal energy that we are using there. Yes, you can see 2 more photos of the building, and the maintenance costs are around 50,000 euros yearly. In line with the Green City principles we apply in Miskolz, we intended to end up with a AA class building, the energy supply of which is provided from renewables to the highest extent possible, at least 25%, and also to decrease the energy loss of this energy wasting building by at least 60% by applying innovative solutions, including technologies currently classified as TRL 7 or TRL 8 in terms of technology readiness level. And also in line with the smart city endeavors of Miskolz, one of our goals was to assure that the energy flows and the energy use of the building is optimized by an innovative building energy management system that is to be deployed in the framework of this building retrofitting project. and also to improve the indoor comfort for the workers. In the framework of this project, market events were organized, and the market event for us is something unusual in our regular practice, but indeed proven to be very valuable for us and helped to define and fine-tune our expectations that were finally set in the tender. 8 companies participated in our recent market event. And another thing we did in the tender is that we declared that the relative weight of the offered price is only secondary when evaluating the offer. More emphasis was set on the amount of primary energy savings and the share of renewable energy supply. Now we are closing the evaluation phase, but what I can already share with you is that we have a very nice offer where the net price is below the threshold we set initially, and it seems we can end up with more than 90% energy savings compared to the original state-of-the-art, and more than 76% share of renewables in electricity, and 100% in total heating energy supply. Now we are very much looking forward to award the tender, sign the contract, and of course we would like to be proud of having a very energy efficient and smart building for our member company that could become, thanks to Probis, an exemplary office building retrofitting project and process that may possibly be replicated in the next years, also in my city, considering that we have several buildings in the waiting line that we would like to develop next year and the years after. For any further information you may be interested in, please contact me. Here you can see my contact information. I'm happy to remain at your disposal. Thank you very much for your attention.